Ask the Experts is brought to you by Seaman Law Offices, the keystone to your family's legacy.
Doreen, thank you for joining me on Ask the Expert again today.
Thank you, Krista. I wanted to tell you about the meeting I just finished for a client that we'll call Mr. Smith.
Okay.
I'm working with him and his daughter to complete his Medicaid application. Mr. Smith had a stroke last week and his daughter is no longer able to care for him at home.
Okay, so Mr. Smith needs to go to a long-term care right away.
Unfortunately, yes. Now, he's been saving money, but he doesn't have an irrevocable trust, so his assets haven't been protected.
Okay, so all of his assets are susceptible to the 5-year look back as well as the income limits that come with Medicaid eligibility.
Right. He'll need to spend all of his assets down to less than $2,000 before he's eligible for Medicaid. The problem with this is that there is a possibility he could go home in a year or two. So what happens then? He'll have no money.
Okay, so you can work with him to come up with a solution for that, right?
Yes, with the correct estate plan and the use of special estate planning tools, we may be able to preserve a portion of Mr. Smith's assets. As part of this process, we'll also work with him and his daughter to determine what to do with his house.
Okay, so I thought Medicaid wouldn't count it against him during the application process.
Well, they don't. But after Mr. Smith passes away, the state has the right to put a lien on the house to recoup some of the money they spent on his care. So if Mr. Smith and his daughter want to keep the house and the family, we need to make it part of our plan right now.
Okay, so this is why it is so important to have an estate planning attorney who knows these rules and considers all of the possibilities. If you're concerned about Medicaid or long-term care costs, you can call 304-554-2900 or visit SeamanLawOffices.com to schedule an appointment. Thank you for being here again today, Doreen.
Thank you, Krista.
Ask the Experts has been brought to you by Seaman Law Offices, the keystone to your family's legacy.